Hello everyone, and welcome back to our daily videos of Is the Shrine Worth It? During the anniversary, we're going to be getting 4 new perks every 24 hours. We're going to have a look at them in this video, give you a rating of how effective they are, and then tell you if they're worth picking up in the shrine or not. Just for reference, it is normally only ever worth picking up perks that are from licensed characters or characters that have recently been released. Today we have a slightly above average shrine. I would give this one a 7 out of 10. We have perks from Blight, the Onryo, Yoichi, and Gabriel Soma. Those perks are Dragon's Grip, Merciless Storm, Empathetic Connection, and Made for This. Let's get into the survivor perks first. Our first survivor perk is Empathetic Connection. Whenever another survivor is injured, they can see your aura. You heal other survivors 35% faster. This is what it looks like in game. As well as rating the shrine, this video we're going to try and rate the perks as well so we can give you an idea of how strong they actually are. Please also keep in mind, these are my personal opinions. I've played the game for quite a long time, but I'm by no means an absolute expert, so you can take everything with a little pinch of salt. Okay, let's move on. We're going to give Empathetic Connection a 7 out of 10 in terms of strength. That's mainly due to the fact you need no extenuating circumstances, you don't need to do anything to make this perk work, it just works straight away. And it is pretty strong. Although you can't see it yourself, other survivors can see where you are when they desperately need a heal, and you can just do it faster. That makes this a strong perk in my opinion. On top of it being a strong perk, it's from a licensed character, so from the shrine's perspective, this is 100% worth picking up. Let's move on to the next perk. Made for This. Made for This activates while you are in the injured state. After you finish healing another survivor, gain the endurance status effect for 10 seconds. While affected by deep wound, you have 3% haste. This is what it looks like in game. So we're going to give this perk a 4 out of 10 in terms of how good it is. We're giving it that score because this is a perk that requires a very specific thing to happen in a game. For you to need the endurance status effect for 10 seconds, you're probably going to be coming up against a very specific killer that is going to try and either tunnel you or try and slug the entire team. Now I do recognise that this can happen in quite a lot of games, but you'd actually be surprised about the amount of games that it doesn't happen in. If that is the case, you could have a perk slot completely freed up for something that would actually help you every single game. Considering this perk is kind of around healing, it would actually be much more helpful if you were the person who had Empathetic Connection on your team. I don't think this is a particularly strong perk, but you may think otherwise. Even if you think it's strong or weak, I wouldn't say it's worth picking up because Gabriel Soma is quite an old character now and he is on sale. So what I would say is avoid this perk in the shrine and go and pick him up in full, and then you get all 3 of his perks instead. Let's move on to the killer perks. Our first killer perk is Merciless Storm. When a generator reaches 90% progression, survivors working on the generator will be faced with the continuous skill checks. If they miss or stop repairing, the generator is blocked by the entity for 20 seconds. This is what it looks like in game. We're going to be giving Merciless Storm a 9 out of 10 because this is a super strong perk. If you need a perk that helps you with any kind of gen regression or actually keeps survivors from finishing gens, this is absolutely perfect. You don't have to pair this perk with anything else to get any efficiency out of it, it can just be by itself and then you can use the other 3 perk slots for anything else that you want. It's a super adaptable, super flexible perk and I would 100% recommend putting it in any build you can. On top of it being a very strong perk, it is from the Onryo and she is a licensed character, so it would be 100% advisable that you pick it up from the shrine today. Our fourth and final perk is Dragon's Grip. After damaging a generator, for the next 30 seconds, the first survivor that interacts with it will scream, revealing their location for 4 seconds and becoming afflicted with the exposed status effect for 60 seconds. Dragon's Grip goes on a 40-second cooldown. This is what it looks like in game. We're going to give Dragon's Grip a 5 out of 10. Having a perk that surprises survivors in a negative way is really good in solo queue because they cannot contact each other properly to tell them what perks are around the map. I can see loads of builds where this works so that you can try and get someone off guard, and it is actually pretty decent. Whether you think it's decent or strong, it is from Blight. Blight is one of the first characters they released into the game. He is not licensed and he is on a massive sale at the moment. It is actually cheaper if you buy him and get all 3 of his perks by leveling him up with blood points than it would be for you to buy this one perk from the shrine. So please stay away from this in the shrine. So to recap today, the perks that we want to go for are Empathetic Connection and Merciless Storm. This is because both of these, funnily enough, are from the same DLC and they both cost money to get otherwise, so they are licensed. Pick them up. The perks that we want to stay away from are Dragon Script and Made for This. That's because it's just so much more efficient to buy the characters in full and get all 3 of their perks instead, because they are not licensed. Thank you very much for watching the video today. See you tomorrow for another one. Goodbye!